Everybody came? Okay. Last time we saw about the digestive system. So today we will be seeing about the nervous system. Okay. Okay, we will start. So this is human nervous system. One of the most important thing which will help us to coordinate with ourselves and also with the world. Then the next one is okay. Now what is nervous system? Here, the nervous system is our body's master communication and control network. It coordinates sensation, movement, thoughts, and automatic function seamlessly. Then, this is a remarkable system which will receive information from our environment. So, this environment doesn't mean like the outside environment, even internally it will receive the signals. Then it processes it in a millisecond. It sends precise instruction to different parts of our body. Then it enables us to think, feel, move, and respond to the world around us. So here what we have to notice, even if there is a small change in our internal environment, immediately our brain will work and it will process and it will signal. For example, if there is a heat within our body, where we need not say like heat in the sense there is a, what to say, temperature high, we are not getting fever. I did not mean that. But there is a concept called Ushna in Ayurveda. So if there is that difference in our body also, the brain will act and it will automatically send signals to the sweat glands and it will help to maintain the homeostasis. Okay, so internal and external environment, both the brain will take care. Then the major components, what are all there in the nervous system? First, the brain, it is a command center that processes information and makes decision. Then we have this spinal cord. This is the main communication highway. So this is from the brain, it is going to take the signal and it transfers it to the target organ where the brain is instructing work has to be done. So through the spinal cord and its nerve, the signal is going to pass. Then we'll have this peripheral nervous system. This is a wiring that connects the body to brain and spinal cord. So this the center one is the spinal cord, and what are all originates from the spinal cord, that becomes our peripheral nervous system. So brain is the center. Then we have the core function. Nervous system performs three essential tasks. So the first one is sensory input. So it collects information from the sense organs, eyes, skin, ears, nose, and tongue. Then it will integrate, that is, the brain will interpret whatever it is receiving, it will interpret and it will decide what action to take. Then motor output. So it also sends the command to the muscles and the glands to act accordingly. So sensory input is where the yoga anga is going to come. So what yoga anga is going, or we are going to imply or apply regarding the sensory input? Can someone please answer? Regarding the sensory input, there is one yoga anga which is going to take care of this specific function. So what is that? Anybody can unmute and answer? Are you all there? Okay, then I'll move on.
It's
Brain, ma'am. Brain.
Yeah, it is brain. Brain is going to do the function. That is fine. What I'm asking is, there is one specific yoga anga. There is Ashtanga yoga, right? We have Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, those 8 things. In that, one thing is going to address the sensory input. What is that yoga anga I'm asking?
Pratyahara.
Yes, Pratyahara will take care of the sensory input. In Pratyahara, all these 5 senses we are withdrawing from the objects. What all this is going, eyes will see something, we will shut our eyes. Then skin, we will make sure nothing will affect our skin. We will sit in a place where we are not affected by any of the changes in the skin. So likewise, each and everything we will take care, and by the practice of first 4 rangas, Pratyahara will happen easily, and there are few things also we will be practicing for Pratyahara, and other phases like Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi will happen naturally, or in a gradual way it will happen. So this sensory input is very important, but for the normal people, this is how the information is collected and stored in the brain. Then the next one is why the nervous system matters. So every single action from breathing to thinking depends on the nervous system working properly. Then movement coordination enables and coordinates all voluntary and involuntary movements. Sensation, it helps us to feel the touch, temperature, pain and pleasure. Then cognition supports learning, thinking, memory and problem solving. Then system integration maintains communication between all body systems, keeping them working smoothly. So this is what I have been telling you from the start of this class. So brain is that center which is going to help you to coordinate and live peacefully in this world without any health issues. Then this neurons are the basic unit. Like I said earlier, nephrons are the cells that are in the kidneys. Likewise, neurons are the basic unit that are in the brain and the whole of the nervous system. So what are they? They are specialized messengers. So each and every cell of the nervous system is a neuron, and they are messengers. What they will do, they are designed specifically to carry messages throughout our body. Here they use electrical impulse and the chemical signals to communicate rapidly across vast distance. Then their speed is 120 meter per second. So that fast they will transfer the signals. Then the structure of neuron. Here we have the major structure like the first cell body. Cell body is this one. So this is the center one. It is also called as chroma. Here the nucleus and organelles are there. This will keep the cell alive and functioning. Then we have the dendrites. Whatever the extension of this cell body, they are called as dendrites. They will receive the signal from other neurons. Then we have axon, the center one. So whatever is coming out of the cell body, this is called dendrite. Then the one long the long one in the center will be the axon. So this is a long fiber send signal to the other cells, sometimes over great distances. Then we have this myelin sheath, that is the fatty covering. Each and every cell need a covering, right? Otherwise it will get damaged. So this is a fatty covering. It will insulate the axon and it will speed up the signal transmission. Then we have the synapse. Synapse is something like at the end of the each of this axon, we will have a synapse. That is, there will be a small gap by which there will be the transferring of the signals. So probably in our WhatsApp group, I will send you a video so that you will understand how exactly the transmission from one cell, one neuron to another neuron is happening. Okay, then there are 2 types of nerve cells. One is the neuron. They are specialized for communication. They will carry the electrical and chemical messages. Then the next one is the glial cells. They are what for they are? They are to nourish, insulate, protect the neurons, making up about half of the brain cells. Then nerves, words are being repeated. Maybe this is because of that AI change, I think. When I edited everything, but again it's being coming. So maybe you can adjust later on, I will correct it. Then the nerves are bundle of long axons grouped together. Then each axon will measure for 1 meter long. Then how are they working? They have electrical signal. So neurons send electrical impulse along the axon. So did we see earlier, no? There is one long, we have dendrites, then axon. So electrical signals will be passed on in the axons. Then at the end, chemicals called neurotransmitters pass the message to the next cell. Action, this chain allows muscles to contract and organs to function. So this is how, this is first neuron. Here we have the soma, this is the dendrites. So from here, the messages are passing along the axon, then they touch the next dendrite. So axon to dendrite, there will be transmission, but there is a small gap between, which is called a synapse, and that is where exactly the transfer of messages happen. Then we'll go to the organs. So brain, it is extraordinary center of consciousness, memory, creativity, thought and emotion. Then it will control both voluntary and involuntary actions. So can you tell me, now if I ask you digestion, is it voluntary or involuntary? What will be your answer?
Involuntary.
Involuntary. So what is that if I want to move my hand? Is it voluntary or involuntary?
Voluntary.
Voluntary. So tell me one function or two function which is there in our body which is both voluntary and involuntary.
Blinking of eyes.
Blinking of eyes, is it? Okay.
It is voluntary as well as involuntary.
Involuntary. Okay, then. Anything else which is related to yoga?
You mean breathing, ma'am?
Yes, breathing. So breathing is one process which is voluntary and involuntary. That is, we are going to utilize that process to what to say, connect our body and mind. So that is the bridge between the what to say, antaranga and bahiranga. Okay, so breathing is that one we can control, and through that we can control our brain functioning also. So this is why I have given only one with relation to yoga I have given. Okay, then this brain contains billions of interconnected neurons working together in the perfect harmony. Then brain energy, 2% of body weight. Brain in total, it is only 2% of body weight, but it will use 20% of energy. Okay, so the brain requires constant oxygen and glucose to function. Every few minutes without oxygen, even for a few minutes, if there is no oxygen, there will be a permanent damage. Then a dense network of blood vessels supplies these critical nutrients continuously. This you might have felt, sometimes if someone is of too much hunger, they will even faint and fall. If we give them some glucose, immediately they will revive. So this is because the brain is not active. It needs oxygen and glucose constantly for its functioning. That is why for fasting, first we have to make our mind ready. Only then our body will become ready. If you are going to force your body, it will not accept. Okay? Then major brain region. We saw what are all there in the nervous system. Now we are going to see in specific in brain what are all there. We have cerebrum, that is responsible for thinking, memory, emotion and voluntary action. Then cerebellum controls balance, coordination and fine-tune movements. So if someone is under alcoholic influence, only their cerebellum will get affected, and because of that their balance is getting disturbed. Then brainstem manages vital function like breathing, heartbeat and swallowing. Then cerebrum functions. So here largest part of our brain, it is divided into left and right hemisphere, and this is also very important when we come to yoga. So I'll tell you how. This remarkable structure enables higher level thinking and processing. Then learning, we have, it is helpful in acquiring new knowledge and skills. Then in speech, language production and comprehension, decision making, planning, executing and complex choices. Then emotional processing, it is understanding and regulating the feelings. So here the how these two, or what are all the functions of left and right. So left hemisphere is logic and analysis. Then right hemisphere is for creativity and intuition. So here logic, language processing, mathematics, then time precision, and this very important left hemisphere controls the right side of the body. Okay. So right hemisphere controls the left side of the body. Obviously, then right hemisphere will have Ida or Pingala control. Okay, you know about Ida and Pingala? Have you heard of it? What is Ida and Pingala?
The two nadis.
Where it is working? Right side, what is right side? What is left side?
Ida is the left, Pingala is right.
Okay,
So
now you tell me right and left hemisphere, which nadi will control what?
So right hemisphere will control the Ida Nadi and left hemisphere will control the Pingala Nadi.
Okay, now what is that thing in our yoga will have or will bring balance between these two?
Nadi
Nadi Shodhana, Pranayama. So we will bring balance. Later on, when you move on to other higher level of Pranayama, then it will be very useful for us to maintain the balance and move forward in our sadhana. Well, that is why Nadi Shodhana is a cleansing technique also. Okay, it is not coming under Ashtakumbhaka and Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It is first cleansing and only then we move on to the next one. Okay. Then we have the cerebellum. Cerebellum fine tunes the movement incredible precision. With incredible precision. That is why I told you under alcohol influence they will not have balance because cerebellum gets affected very immensely. Though it makes up only 10% of the brain volume, it is smaller than the cerebrum. It contains 50% of brain's neuron. Now, balance, then coordination and posture. These three are the functions of cerebellum. Then brain stem, it connects our brain to our spinal cord. Brain stem is the one that is elongated after the medulla oblongata. So we will see what are they. Then brain to our spinal cord controls the most essential life sustaining function. So vital function is breathing, heart rate, blood pressure and consciousness. Then we have, it serves as a pathway for all sensory and motor signals. Then it houses, nucleus is singular, nuclei is plural. Okay, many nucleus for most of the 12 cranial nerves. Then it contributes to the balance and movement coordination. Then sleep-wake cycle is also controlled by the brainstem. So this is the brainstem. We have three parts: midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. So midbrain will take care of visual and auditory reflex. Medulla oblongata, vital things. What are all they? Heartbeat, then blood pressure, basic breathing, swallowing, sneezing, everything is taken care of medulla oblongata. This is where the spinal cord is getting connected. So from the medulla oblongata, what is that getting extended is your spinal cord. Then we have this pons, which is a bridge between midbrain and the medulla oblongata. So here, this is a communication bridge between the forebrain. Forebrain is your cerebrum. So from there, how it is connecting to the cerebellum regulates the breathing rhythm and controls sleep and dreaming, facial movement and helps in balance. Then we have brain cross section. We have two things in this brain. We have the gray matter. It contains neuron, cell bodies. Then houses the nucleus organelles, integrating signal from the dendrites. Then it will send them to the axon. Then white matter contains the axons that will carry signals quickly between different brain regions. So how are you going to visualize this? 1 minute. So here this is the structure of neuron. In gray matter, this portion of neuron will be housed. So this is the cell body which is going to be in the gray matter. Here this is the axon. So this is going to be there in the white matter. Okay. So this is how we are going to visualize gray matter and the white matter. How we are going to visualize is the cell body will be there, and then the axon will be there in the white matter. Then the key internal structure. So the key internal structure, here you have the corpus callosum, a thick bundle of nerve fiber that connects the left and right hemisphere, allowing them to communicate and work together. This is thalamus, the next one. It acts as a brain sensory relay center, routing sensory information to correct the brain areas for processing. Then we have this hypothalamus. This controls and regulates hunger, body temperature, hormone release, and emotional responses. It is helpful in maintaining the homeostasis. Most of the hormonal functioning, everything is happening or regulated by this hypothalamus only. That is why it is very, very important for maintaining the homeostasis. Homeostasis means, we saw in the 1 or 2 previous classes, we saw what is homeostasis. This is how, or this is the process by which the body is going to maintain its internal environment. Environment includes temperature, glucose, oxygen, everything. Okay. Then this is about the things what all we saw. Corpus callosum, here it is C-shaped nerve fiber bundle. It is deep in the center. It connects left and right hemispheres of the brain. So 2 brain structures will be like this. So in between, what is that thing connecting is called as the corpus callosum. It will be like a bundle of nerve fibers. Then the function, it is a great communicator. Just it is inside in the center. It will act as a bridge in communicating between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. Then it coordinates sensory and cognitive function. Then we have this hypothalamus, which is inside, embedded. It is a small structure inferior to the thalamus. That is why it is called hypo. Hypo means it is below what the thalamus. That is why it is hypothalamus. Then the function, as we already saw, it is going to take care of your homeostasis and also the stress response. Then we have this thalamus. This thalamus is deep within the brain, superior to hypothalamus. Function, it is a relay station. It is going to transmit the sensory signals, and it regulates the consciousness, sleep, and alertness. Then we have hormone control center. First, pituitary gland is there in the brain only. It is master endocrine gland, controls other endocrine glands and regulates many other hormones throughout the body. Then we have the pineal gland, which is very much talked about in your yogic terms. Sometimes this they call it as the third eye also. In few of the schools, they call this pineal gland as third eye also, but this is not a common or widespread concept. In 1 or few schools, they call this pineal gland as third eye. So here regulates sleep-wake cycles through melatonin production, and how it is going to maintain is by responding to the light and darkness. So this is pituitary gland, and inside we have this pineal gland. So how to locate your pineal gland? From this year, if you move forward, when you go to this place, from there and from here, which point is going to meet inside, that place is where the pineal gland is present. Then we have the brain stem components. That is, we saw this pons, medulla oblongata, midbrain are there. They are called as brain stem. So what are all they? Midbrain, uppermost part, involved in vision, hearing, motor control, sleep-wake cycle and arousal. Then we have pons, midsection, relay signals between cerebrum and cerebellum, helps control breathing and facial sensation. Then we have this medulla oblongata, lowest part, controls involuntary functions, heart rate, blood pressure, and then breathing. And it also connects to the spinal cord. Now we will move on to the spinal cord. So here, this is extending from the brain stem through the vertebral column. It will move through the vertebral column. When we saw the skeletal structure, we talked about the foramen, right? This is a foramen is a gap in the vertebra through which the spinal cord moves. So throughout the spinal, the vertebral column, we will have the spinal cord. At the end of the L4, if I'm not wrong, L2 or L4. So within these two things, the spinal cord as a bundle, it will stop. From there, we'll have nerves spreading, and that is called as horsetail, or it is called as equina. Okay, so this is there in the spinal cord. Then it is message transmission, transmit signals between the brain and the body in both direction. Then reflex control is there. So if you keep your hand or touch your hand in a hot object, our body will not wait until it takes it to the brain. The spinal cord by itself, it will act. And that is why immediately there will be a reflex, you will take back your hand. So this is what they say about reflex. So this immediate reflex as a survival instinct, the spinal cord will work on that. It will not take the things to the brain. It will not say like you are touching a hot object. Okay, wait, I will take the signal to the brain. Let the brain instruct. It will not wait for that. Immediately it will respond. Then we have protected structure surrounded by the vertebra and then cerebrospinal fluid for maximum protection. So the spine is there. The vertebra is there. Spinal cord is there. In between these two, there will be cerebrospinal fluid. Meaning this runs from the brain till the end of the spinal cord. That is why it is cerebro. Cerebro means cerebrum of the brain. So the entire central nervous system will have this fluid, so that there will be a lubrication always for the nerves. So this will be like this. From here, the spinal cord is moving. Here you have a lot of fiber. It will start from L2. It will stop at L2, I think. I'll just confirm and I'll send you in the WhatsApp message. So how the nervous system is going to get divided? Nervous system, broadly, it is classified into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Now, here we saw it is brain and spinal cord. That's all. Then peripheral nervous system, what are all originating from the spinal cord? That is somatic nerves and autonomous. Somatic, it is mainly related to our cells like that. So autonomous, it is again divided into three. This is sympathetic, parasympathetic and enteric. So this is the broader classification of our nervous system. Now the central nervous system, it is brain and spinal cord. Our body's processing center, everything is going to get processed here. Decision making, integration and coordinating all body parts. Then this is protected by the skull for our brain, vertebral column for our spinal cord. 3 layers of membranes called meninges, and then it is cushioned by cerebrospinal fluid. Then we have this peripheral nervous system. This includes all the nerves outside the brain and spinal cord. So it has nerves and ganglia, and then it connects the central nervous system to every part of the body. It includes long axons reaching our extremities, acting like a communication highway. each and every time when I say axon, your mind must take you to the structure of the cell body. I mean the neuron. Okay, only when you get the image of the neuron, you will know what is the axon. And if they say it is a long axon, you will you'll be able to imagine what I am telling you. So there will be a cell body with dendrites. The axon will be too long. The ending of axon will be somewhere in the end, and then you have the axon branching, then you will have the synapse. So this peripheral nervous system will have a long axon. Then this is what we saw. This is having relay neurons. Then peripheral nervous system will have cranial nerves, spinal nerves, peripheral nerves, and they also have sensory and motor neurons. So sensory is which is dealing with your 5 sense organs, whatever your eyes, nose, tongue, skin, and your ears are going to take as a signal. It is going to transfer. All these things are happening by peripheral nervous system. When you move your hand, when you are going to do something with your hand, and all these things are related to motor neurons. Action is motor, senses is sensory neurons. Then we have this cranial nerves. So there are 12 pairs. They directly come from the brain, and then it is connecting the organs in the head and the neck. Now they control essential functions including vision, smell, taste, facial movements, hearing and swallowing, all without passing through the spinal cord, meaning the cranial nerves does not involve the spinal cord to function. They directly do their function connecting to the brain. Now, this is the set of cranial nerves. There are 12 pairs. I mean, they are 12 in number. These are all the origin. This is the nerve name. I'm not going into all these details. One important thing what we have to know is about the 10th one, which is the longest nerve, cranial nerve, and this is called as vagus nerve, which is very important, and it is connected to our digestive system and our second brain. Hope you remember, we saw the gut is called as the second brain. So this is how this vagus nerve is what is going to take the signal from the stomach to the brain. Also during the digestive system, we saw it is mostly from the gut to the brain, not from brain to the gut. So the vagus nerve is going to take instruction from our stomach to the brain. So this set is very important for the yogic practitioner. Everything else is very important. But still, when we come to yoga, in that yama niyama, we have brahmacharya. In brahmacharya, we have moderation. Moderation, even the food, ahara niyama. Ahara niyama means the rules for taking the food. In that, we have what kind of food to be taken, how much to be taken. Everything is related with this vagus nerve only. Only when you are going to take care of the gut, this nerve is going to send good signals to the brain, and it will allow the brain to be calm. Okay, so this vagus nerve is very important, and that comes from medulla oblongata. And okay, this is what is there in cranial nerves. Then here major cranial nerves, upper body. Okay, it will help in controlling the arms and the hands. Then the lower body, it controls the legs and the feet. Then torso, it is intercostal nerves. It is control of chest, muscles and breathing. So these are all the nerve names. This ulnar, radial, median, all these things are nerve names which is going to take control over that part of the body. Now somatic nervous system, it is going to do the voluntary control. Controls the voluntary actions. What are all the movements you do consciously, it is taken care of by the somatic nerves. Then it will send signals from the central nervous system to skeletal muscles. It will enable all conscious movement, allowing us to interact with our environment intentionally. Then autonomic nervous system, this is going to control involuntary function. Okay. Then it does not need our conscious effort. Example, heartbeat, digestion, breathing, and glandular activity, meaning you have this hormonal activity as well. Not only sweat, saliva, and other secretions, even the hormonal things comes under glandular activity. Now, here this autonomic nervous system we saw earlier in the branching, no, we saw this autonomous nervous system is going to get divided into two, sympathetic and parasympathetic. So here sympathetic nervous system, this is used for fight or flight response, the famous thing which is said in yoga. So when you do yoga, this action of sympathetic division will comparatively go low and the parasympathetic activity will become more. That is what is very essential for a balanced life. Okay. So here, this is fight or flight response. This division prepares your body for emergencies and stressful situation. What happens at that time when sympathetic nervous system is activated, you have increased heart rate and blood pressure. Then this blood is then directed to the muscles. It will dilate the pupil for better vision. Also releases glucose for quick energy. So what you have to imagine when you talk about the sympathetic nervous system is, you will imagine a person who is going to cross a forest and immediately he figures out some wild animal is coming near him. So at that time, what are all the things that will happen in his body? He will start sweating, he will start to breathe more, then he will start, or his body will become ready for action to run, either to run or to fight that animal. That is why it is called as fight or flight response. Either you fight the animal or you run from there. Either way, you will do something to survive. That is when the sympathetic nervous system is needed to be activated. But in our modern day life, we are not going to meet with any of the wild animals. But still, this sympathetic is being activated. For example, if you are in your office environment, we will take office environment. If your boss is going to scold you, what will happen to you? Can someone tell me your experience, or just think and tell me if someone is going to scold you. He is superior than you. At that time, what you will do? See, please make this class interactive. If I ask something, kindly please answer. Otherwise, it is like only I am talking always.
If the first time it make that is என்ன நம்ம அழுக மாதிரி வந்துரும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம்னா, அதுவே வந்து பழகிடுச்சின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், சரி இவருக்கு எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் இதுதான் வேலை அப்படின்னு போயிடுவோம்.
Okay, and the first time you told, you will feel like crying, right? So at that time, correct. What are all the other reactions that is happening in your body? Eyes watering or tears coming out of the eyes is the outcome, but there will be an action inside, right? What are all those things that is happening?
Breathing will be
shivering மாதிரி வரும், படபடப்புன்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல அந்த மாதிரி.
Yes, shivering will be there, breathing will be more, blood pressure will be more, your your fingers, your hands, everything will become stiff. It will be ready for action, but at that time you cannot move from that place.
Yes.
You will not be able to run from that place. You will not be able to beat that person also. And that is where the stress is happening. And that is the origin of stress. When this situation prolongs, if you are not going to get rid of this situation, either you understand and change yourself or change the environment itself. Either you resign and come, or if you are going to be there, you accept the situation. If these two are not going to happen, always keeping the sympathetic on, it will result in stress. All kind of autoimmune disorder will come later. And as Gautami ma'am already told, the stress will, and the beauty of stress is, when you are under stress, your body will sustain everything. It will work well. everything will go on. You will not even know that you are under stress and you are going to get something. Once that stress factor leaves you, right, when you feel relaxed, you will feel like, aha, this is the phase of the life. Hereafter, I will not have stress. Nothing is going to happen to me. You will feel very wonderful. And after 1 month, you will see all sorts of diseases coming in your body. You will not even know why it is coming.
Yes.
But it is coming because you had stress sometime earlier. That is why when that stress factor is happening, immediately you must know how to handle it or how to deal with that person. Otherwise, this will take a toll in our life. Okay? Now,
Yeah, very true, ma'am. Very true.
Yes,
Whenever
it is affected first. It is affected Manipuraga chakra. If the stress
see,
comes,
we need
forms
not
in
go. We need
Manipuraga.
not go into chakra and all because we are all very beginners. And whoever has come here are very beginner. Let them know what is first happening in their body.
Yes.
Let them understand, and only then they can come out of that. Chakra is very deep and subtle. Many cannot even feel whether it is there or not. So we are not going into that. We will have it with our body. When we are having it in our body, we must know how to come out of that. If it has already set in and if we are suffering due to the after effect of the stress, then we have to do yoga. Asanas and pranayama will help immensely to get out of the residues of the stress.
Correct.
And it will also help us to deal with the stress, what is going to come in future.
Yes.
So in Yoga Sutra, we have this Heyam Dukkam Anahatam, right? Whatever has happened, we cannot change. But what is going to come, it is in our hands. So we are going to connect anatomy with the yoga so that we will balance. We can understand what exactly is happening. Okay?
Yes.
Then this parasympathetic nervous system. So here it is rest and digest.
ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Just like what you said, when there was some traumatic situations in the family, I was able to hold myself strong and,
Yes.
was handling
Yes.
things stubborn,
Yes.
I should not break down and all that. But once things are settling or when even if the things doesn't change, my attitude my attitude changed that, okay, people are like that, things are like that. Why should I feel bad? Why should I hurt myself? Once all that understanding comes and I'm like, okay, it's cool, let me be calm inside. Once I'm calm, now all issues are coming in my body. I could
Yes, it
see
will
that, I could
happen.
sense everything. So I can say that, like, as exactly what you said, it was because of my previous stress. Even the morning session, I was saying I have that my breathing was not deep. But not but when people are not able to understand, I think these sessions like this is going to bring that awareness to people that you are stressed, understand that. So now itself be careful and
Yes.
stay guard and be calm.
Yes.
Yeah, very true, very true. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. So one more thing, when you see the nature, in nature, the human beings are the most evolved being or evolved creatures, we can say. Okay. So what the animals cannot understand, even that human beings can do. For example, if a dog is going, if you are going to keep some food for the dog, even recently in the sense like nowadays, even if you go and keep something for the crow or a dog, it will come, it will smell and it will go off. It will not eat. For example, I don't want to name the company, but it is Choco Pie. I don't know only that company is manufacturing or not, I'm not sure. But if you put that to the dog, it will not eat. Even the dog will not eat, but we will eat. Why I'm telling is we are capable of sensing what is good and what is not good for us, but we are not employing it. Our nervous system is the best in the world, but we are not utilizing it. When we do yoga, when we become more and more sattvic, we will know what is happening in our system, what is happening around us, what is suitable for us, what is not suitable for us. But we are not empowering that. Why I am telling you this is, when that stress is going to happen, when that situation is happening, we have the capability to analyze what to do, what is best for us, and how is that we have to deal with the person. Everything we know. But one thing is, who are they to come and tell us? That is the problem. What we have to understand is, the person who is coming and telling us are telling what best they know. It is not their fault. That is what they know. They tell what they know. We have to think like, okay, they are telling what they know. We will know what is right and wrong. Let them tell. We will analyze the situation. If that situation demands what they are telling we have to do, let us do no happily. So the stress will not happen. So we have to be very calm, for which the parasympathetic nervous system has to be active. Always sympathetic will not help us deal with the situation in a calm manner. Only parasympathetic will help. So in that case, yoga will help the most. So here, slow heart rate supports digestion and it will conserve the energy. Then we have this, what are all the functions? Here, parasympathetic, you will have dilated pupils. Only then you will observe well and you will know how to escape from the situation. Here the pupil will constrict so that you will have a calmer vision. Then here it will stimulate saliva, constrict bronchi. Then here this bronchi is the bronchioles and the division in the after the trachea you have a division which is entering into each lungs. Then we have slow heart rate. Then we'll have a stimulation of bile. Then digestion is good. And then intestinal muscle relaxation is happening. And then it causes an erection also. So here it is dilated pupil, inhibits saliva, then relaxes the bronchi so that oxygen pumping will be more, then increased heart rate, then slow digestion. Only slow digestion, then more action can happen. Then otherwise, if the digestion is good, all the energy will go to the digestion. You will not feel the energy to act. So this is where the difference happens. Then stimulates glucose and then reduces intestinal muscles. Adrenal production is there. Adrenal production we will see in the endocrine gland. So this cortisol, epinephrine or norepinephrine, everything is there for the stress related response. Now the important enteric nervous system. So this is the last one. This is what I have been talking in the previous class and also now about the gut-brain axis. So here this is a second brain. It is complex network of nerves, walls of the digestive tract, esophagus to the rectum. So esophagus, you know, after that larynx and pharynx, the tube which enters and connects our mouth to the stomach is the esophagus. So from that place to the rectum, what are all the nerves are there? They are all coming under enteric nervous system. Then control digestion independently of the brain. Without the brain's involvement, digestion can happen only with this enteric nervous system functioning. But it also communicates with central nervous system through the gut-brain axis. Then what is this? So first location, it is found throughout the digestive tract from lower esophagus to rectum. Then it sends signals to the brain and receives signals back. Then microbiome, it works with the gut bacteria to influence digestion and even the mood. Not only that, our personality also depends upon what kind of microbiome we are carrying. Then independence, it can act or operate without brain input, and truly it is a second brain. Now structure, it is having two main layers. I have not given the names, but the first layer will control the gut. The second, it will control the secretion and the blood flow. Then we have key functions. So moves the food through peristalsis. Peristalsis I already explained, by the muscles contraction and relaxation, it will push the bolus inside. Bolus is what you have chewed, and what is that food formed after chewing is called bolus. That is going to enter into your digestive system through peristalsis. Then it will help in releasing the digestive enzyme and juices, then adjust blood flow to the digestive organs, also senses stretch chemicals and pH levels. Already I told you, if you take heavy food, you will feel dull. Your brain, you will feel like brain is not at all functioning. Why? Because all the energy which is needed to transfer in the whole body, it will go and used for digestion alone. So that is why your brain will say like you go and sleep. Okay. So this is how the cycle is going to be. Gut microbiota influences the mood and the behavior. So it reacts with the brain. From the brain, you have the chemistry or the chemical which is being signaled to the gut for further functioning to happen. If you eat spicy food continuously, you will not get rid of your anger. So that is what is being said. Okay, now the gut-brain axis and its importance. It is a two-way communication. So this enteric nervous system sends signal to the brain and receives signal back. Then it works with the gut bacteria to influence digestion and immunity, mood and personality. Then we have this clinical importance. Here, problems in enteric nervous system are linked to digestive issues and some neurological conditions. So neurological conditions, for example, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all these things are being related to the kind of food that the person is having and how effective the digestive system is, what kind of microbiome he is carrying. All these things will decide whether the neurological condition is going to set in or not. Okay. So this we already saw in integumentary system, that skin is going to rebuild itself in every 28 days. So it will replace itself and the body will make new cells from the food, what we eat. And what we eat is literally what we become. So be careful in choosing your food. Okay. So this is the overview. What are all there? This I don't want, like I don't need to explain. Whatever I have said is there in this picture, just for you to look into this, that's all. Okay, I think this is over. So anything else if you want to ask or something? And one more thing, our activity. What happened to the activity that I gave you in the last session? Anybody with your experience to share? ஓ என்ன ஆக்டிவிட்டி கொடுத்தேனே தெரியலையா? ரொம்ப நல்லது. Pushpa Rani, where are you?
Yes,
You were the
yes.
one, you were very enthusiastic in listening also.
Yes, you have given that work. நீங்கள் என்ன கொடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா four times food what we have in that plate, we have to see that and we have to thanks to all of them, then where we are and all, just we have the say thanks and chew with 12 to 30 15
No, 10 to 12 தான் சொன்னாங்க,
10
நிறைய
to
சொல்ல.
12, that is and what happens in our, that
Yes.
is in taking food, what we have taken. இப்போ 2 தோசை சாப்பிட்றோன்னா 1.5 தோசைக்கே that is enough அப்படின்னு சொல்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது. பட் வந்து தட் அந்த தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்கிறப்ப ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு ஃபீல் வருது. தட் இஸ் அந்த ஃபுட்டு வந்து நமக்குரியதுன்ற மாதிரி ஒரு சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைடு ஃபீல். தட்ஸ் வை I
You
feel
have
that.
experience like that.
Okay.
So now one step further, I'm going to tell the same things only. Anisha ma'am, I will explain again from the beginning. So what you will do?
No, sorry, ma'am. I have done this before earlier. In the sense,
Okay.
I did not try after you said. But when I tried it, my mind started, I was not able to first focus on the food.
Okay.
It's like the body is, some voice is telling, eat fast, 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 just finish. Why are you
Yes,
so
yes,
slow? Why
yes.
do you want to slow down?
Correct.
Make it fast.
Yes,
And
correct.
but once we stop the, like, stop those thoughts and then we focus on the food again, that's the time when we actually realize that the particles are so big, we are like just actually gulping the food. It's such big particles. And actually, I'm doing my PhD now, and my PhD is in chewing only.
Oh,
Oh, very nice. Good,
nice.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then this
So,
activity will be very beneficial for you.
One I
yes,
feel
yes.
when I chew the food, that saliva mixed with food, no, that I feel that.
Oh, that is also very nice. So,
That feel that.
one step further, what we will do today, I don't know how many of you know this Bhagavad Gita sloka Brahmarpanam. Okay, no issues. If you don't know that also, most probably everybody will be knowing the Sahana Bhavatu, right?
I know.
Yes. So what you do, take the plate, fill in what all you have to eat, bring it to the place where you eat, place it there, sit there, look into the food, you thank everybody who is responsible for bringing this food onto your plate. First. Second, if you know the Sahana Bhavatu, please tell that prayer in your mind, but little slowly. Not like Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Gunata, not like that. Okay. you have to understand, not even understand, at least make the words very clear in your mind. Tell that sloka, then open your eyes, take the food with your hands, then put it in your mouth, close your eyes, then chew the food. When you are chewing that food, please keep your hands away from the plate. Because once you keep the hand in the plate, your brain and your mouth will think like you are ready to take the next one. So I have to do this chewing very quickly.
First.
This is like without your consciousness, everything will happen. So better, just keep your hands away from the plate, chew it well, feel what is happening inside your body, then you swallow. Minimum 10 times at least, if you chew, you will feel what blunder we have been making all through these years. Also, when you do this activity, you will naturally see the quantity of the food that you eat is drastically reducing. So you need not go into any diet plan to reduce. Okay, this itself will help you. I'm not telling about the body weight or something like that. It will help you reduce your mental burden as well. That's what I wanted to tell. Okay, so just try this. You please tell your experience in the next class. I don't know, I'll meet you on Monday, I think, probably, or on Tuesday for sure. So you have ample time to experiment with your food, your chewing, your mantra, your thanksgiving feel. So you have ample time. Please utilize. If we are not going to do now, when are we going to do? Okay? By God's grace, or whomever you think they are above us, they are telling you something through me. Please think like that. I am not someone who is going to advise you or suggest you. Okay? I am only an instrument. So through me, something you are hearing, just try out. That's all. Okay? Someone has sent a message. Aha, extremely slow eater. Okay, already chewing. Oh my God, very nice. This is wonderful. One thing, Shilpika, you have to close your eyes, feel what is that happening within you. So your experience, you have already experienced the first thing. The second level, you just say what is that happening in the taste, in the way you take it. When you close your eyes, what is that your mind telling? How far your mind is functioning? All these things you can analyze. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, please tell the entire activity once again.
Yaar solva. Nisha
Harita.
ma'am, can you tell? No. I'm asking
Okay.
anybody else
Yeah.
can tell.
Okay.
Yeah, once we are ready, when we are hungry, when we take the plate, we have to place all the items that we're going to consume on the plate and then go to the place where you're going to sit and eat. There, place the plate in front of you and say the prayer. Ma'am said from Bhagavad Gita some prayer or Sahana Bhavatu, we have to pray with our eyes closed and then open our eyes, take a small bite from the plate and place it on your mouth and then close your eyes, close your mouth and keep chewing slowly. Ma'am said for now 10 to 12 counts. Feel the gratitude as you chew. Feel the food, feel the gratitude for all the people who are responsible to bring that food on your plate. And then once you chew for 10 to 12 times, slowly when while you're chewing, your hand should not be on the plate. You should keep it away from the plate on the table, or just keep it. Or if you're going to I think best to use your hand, avoid spoon. But even if you're like at our office or something, you can use a spoon. So place it out. Once you're done with the chewing, then again open your eyes, take the next bite, and then continue.
Super. Very nice.
I'm okay with today. Before activity, I don't know what you told. Means
The same
I
thing.
did not ask you to close your eyes. I just wanted you to stop till that only. Now I am asking you to close your eyes and do the same
Close
activity.
your eyes and that mantra with mantra.
Mantra. Yes,
The two
two things.
only they added. That's it.
okay, okay.
I
What
think Sahana Bhavatu everybody knows, right? Illana kuda it is there in the internet. You can get it from anywhere and you can use it. One thing is very important about this Sahana
Other is the
Bhavatu is,
only word is in Bhagavad Gita there is Brahmarpanam. That is only
yeah,
one
that is
word now.
there, but Brahmarpanam, I don't know how many of them will know, but Sahana Bhavatu is easy and it is available in internet. One thing is, this Sahana Bhavatu is the only mantra which is the one who says and also the other. This is mainly for teacher and student they will say, but this is common. Like when we say Sahana Bhavatu, what we are telling when we eat is, I have to grow along with me. Whoever has helped me get this food also, let them also grow. So that is how, even if you forget to thank orally, at least this mantra will help, this sloka will help you to thank the person, not one person, the whole, the chain of people who have helped, right? Not only people, right from the plant or the source of food, even let them grow. From there it starts. So when you say Sahana Bhavatu, it means like you are incorporating everybody together to grow and nourish for everybody. Let them all live in peace. So it is like a universal prayer. Just try and tell me. You have 4 days at least in between, I think. So we will meet. Okay. Thank you. And I will end with the prayer. Please close your eyes. करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा परातं विहितम् अविहितं वा सर्वमेतत् स्वमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धि जय जय करुणाब्धि श्री महादेव शंभो